What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do a tutorial of a makeup look that I just posted on Instagram. I think it was earlier this week. I don't know, I really liked it. It was a different technique that I tried, and I'm also trying to do a lot of Valentine's Day inspired makeup on my channel, so I thought this was perfect. I also haven't used this palette in a very long time on my channel, but it is one of my top like 5, maybe even top 3 palettes that I've ever owned. So I'm doing the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm doing another Valentine's Day inspired look. I don't know, this palette to me, I only reach for it during Valentine's Day and in the fall time. So I really enjoy this palette and I wanted to do a makeup look. I feel like a lot of people own this palette. If you don't, I highly recommend you do. This video is not sponsored by them at all. I just really love this palette. So if you want to see how I did this really bold Valentine's Day makeup eye look, then just keep on watching. So I'm starting in with Love Letter. I'm taking a Sigma E40 brush. My eyelids are already primed with some concealer, so I'm just gonna kind of go in like that. I'm gonna try to stick this color towards the inner part of my eyelid for this look. That's kind of how I got the shape and the look from my post, and I was really happy with it. I felt like it flattered my hooded eyes a lot better than when I've been trying to focus it on the outer corner. I just think it lifts it a lot better when it's focused towards the inside. And it feels really scary to do it at first, but honestly it just turned out so well last time that I was really happy with it. So I'm going to just lightly build this color up. This look is about building up a lot of pigment, so it does take a little bit of time, but I promise, like, the results ended up being so worth it. And I wanted to start with this fluffy blending brush because Love Letter, even though it's a really dark color, is our transitional shade, and it is like the shade that we're going to blend the outer corners with, because this is a very dramatic eye look. So I am going to kind of round off the shadow like that, you're gonna see. So it's actually not gonna be focused out on the outsides. So if you have hooded eyes like me, and I feel like a lot of people do, this is gonna be really helpful for you. Now I'm going in with Venetian Red, and I'm taking a Morphe blending brush that is fluffy but a little bit flat. It doesn't have a name, so unfortunately I can't help you out there, but I'm taking Venetian Red, and again with the light hand, I'm going to start on the inner corner above the crease and start blending out with a light hand. Again, it's so easy to build up pigment when you use a light hand and you go in softly. And then going back in with that E40 brush, I'm just going to kind of buff out the edges a little bit to make sure the shape is staying with it being so rounded. I'm not adding any more color to it. I just want to kind of buff out those edges. And then back to the Morphe brush. I'm not adding any more, but I am going to kind of blend if I feel like there's an area that I'm not happy with. Next we're going in with Red Ochre, and I'm going in with an even smaller or flatter blending brush. So I'll show you the difference between the two. These are both from Morphe, but you can see how this one's a bit bigger than that one. So this one is the one that we're going in with. It's still a blending brush, but it's really flat. So I'm going in with that Red Ochre color. And again, we're gonna focus it on the inner corner of closer to the crease this time. So next I'm going to take some concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and a Morphe angle brush. Any angle brush will do, but that's just the one that I'm using for this look. And we're going to do a huge cut crease. This is going to be very dramatic. It's going to be way higher than my actual crease, and it's going to be rounded out. So we're going to start at quite the angle. So I like to kind of have a mirror below me and look down and kind of make my huge cut crease. So it's really dramatic, much higher than my actual crease to create some drama. And then just kind of fill in that space with the concealer. If it's not perfect, you can go in and touch up a little bit later, but just kind of focus on filling in the rest of it. And then I just sort of use my finger to blend out. Now I'm going back in with red ochre and the smallest blending brush. And I'm going to start by patting that pigment on the outside because I'm trying to blend, you know, that concealer into there so there's no line or anything. We're gonna go in with Tempura, which is just a very matte shadow, and so this whole look is gonna be really matte and just kind of simple. I mean, it's not simple, but you kind of get the idea. So I'm gonna take Tempura, and I'm taking a concealer brush, just a very small concealer brush, and I'm going to just pat that all over the lid and the edges. So if the edges are uneven, don't worry, because we can go in and touch them up a bit later, like I said. So just kind of focus on nicely patting the Tempura just to set the concealer so that it doesn't crease or get any red pigment on it. We just want to kind of swipe that all over. And then once that's kind of on there, I'm just taking whatever's left over on that blending brush and patting the rest of that red ochre to blend in. If you would like to change the shape, or if you've messed up a little bit on the cut crease, you can take a small concealer brush and a little bit of that red ochre or ochre, and you can kind of just like touch up along the edges of the cut crease. Now I'm gonna do a really dramatic wing for this look. So I'm taking the Revlon Colorstay Sharp Line Black Liner. This is really nice because it has a really long tip, so it's easy to get that dramatic line going down. So I'm going to start maybe about right there and draw kind of almost like a curved line because this is a very rounded look. And then I'm just gonna connect that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the red ochre and I'm taking a Sigma E15 brush. Let me just tell you guys that if you don't have this E15 brush, it is going to make your life so much easier when you do shadow on the lower lash line. So I'm taking the red ochre and I'm just going to tightly line my lash line with it. This brush just helps get so close to the line without getting too smoky, and then like of course you can smoke it out, but I just swear it is the best brush for the lower lash line and for doing cut creases or really just anything around that area. So I'm just gonna kind of pat this on. Then what I'm doing is taking a fluffy blending brush, the same one that I had red ochre on, but I'm gonna add a little bit of that Love Letter shade. And I'm just gonna lightly kind of buff out, smoke out this line a little tiny bit more, just so it's not like a straight harsh line at the bottom. And then off camera, just because it's easier and it saves time, I'm gonna add some mascara. I'm gonna do my Urban Decay Perversion mascara, which I really love, and then I'm gonna do the Bold Face lashes, the Influencer lashes, to add some wispiness on the outer corner. So for the last step, I'm gonna do some lip color, and I'm having a tough time deciding on if I wanna do something bold or if I want to do something a little bit more wearable. So we're going to start with the wearable, and if I decide I don't like it, then I'm going all out and doing a bold lip, because that's kind of what I envisioned for this, but whatever. So I'm going in with the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Gloss in Beso, B-E-S-E-O. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's just a really cool, like, darker berry color. So I'm going to, I don't know, see how this looks first. It goes on the lips really pretty. It kind of almost like is a more enhanced version of your lip color. I've always really liked this shade. This definitely matches the look. I'm just like, I don't know if that's what I was going for. I was gonna do like a really dark matte lipstick, but honestly, I feel like this is a little bit more wearable when the eyes are really dramatic. Like, it is definitely a look for sure. But I think we're gonna stick with this color. I feel like I need a little bit more blush on my cheeks, so I might add that really quickly. Okay, yeah, so I added some more blush and I'm really liking that. So I think I'm gonna stick with this berry lip gloss. It's just a little bit more wearable. If you wanted to be a little bit more dramatic, I think a really dark cherry or plum, like the Urban Decay cherry lipstick, would be really cool with this look. But this is definitely enough if you don't want to be too out there and crazy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was really fun to watch and easy. I hope I made it as simple as possible. I have a few more Valentine's Day looks. I just love Valentine's Day, so there's going to be definitely a few more Valentine's Day looks coming at you guys, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time.